this video. I got some chart requests, so let me do them on this fine Saturday. Let's first start with Bitcoin because that's obviously the most important one and will determine what the rest will do. We had this move where we took all liquidity, as we know, and now we have a very strong bounce up again. Basically, nothing has changed yet. If we look at this pump here, which caused that dump, we are still below it. We have some local supply, and this high also contains some liquidity. But the more important market structure high is this level right here, where we made our new low. So technically, you want to see this level be broken back to bullish for a full rotation back to the highs, to here, there, and there. If we look at the local supply, then we are around this high where a lot of liquidity is. You could say that we are forming a local range with a potential distribution, but just stay patient. For now, we have a very strong bounce. This is the most important market structure right now, so I'm staying patient. It's also Saturday, so often price on Saturday doesn't do too much. So maybe if we go down and then tomorrow, later in Sunday, get some manipulation and then a break of structure, then I would take a short. For now, I'm just staying patient. We are also above this meme trend line. I don't like trend lines, but we are above it, so be careful with shorts, also be careful with your longs. We gotta be patient. So let's now dive into the requested coins. It were like 7. I won't make it too long, so let's start with the first one. S for my Phantom. If we zoom out, this one is in a major range where we had a very strong move up and then down, and then after we took this low, we have formed a range with our original range low, new range low, and we swept that liquidity. So that's important and interesting, because always from a range trading perspective, if you are at the lows, you want to look for reversals as well as on the highs. However, as you can see, this structure is pretty aggressive to the downside, so you don't get something like this. Often the time price needs some distance in time. So what I'm looking at is that we potentially could we form a range here, like that. You maybe get a range formation here, then slowly come back to the low, and then get like a local Wyckoff, and then from there target this liquidity right here. But it needs some time because this structure move down is pretty aggressive, and we also have some pretty strong liquidity like supply levels above us right here, important one. So overall interested in longs because we are at the range lows, but this one has seen a lot of weakness, so you also want to see a change in that character. A lot of sellers are active, so first of all, you want to see that change, and that would, first sign of strength would be to break structure here. Until that has happened, literally every structure is to the downside. So be careful and wait for your signals. Then TRX. Let's start with the daily. Major pump, and since then like a range where you're at your local accumulation, and since then price has been ranging. Right now, if we zoom in some more, here we have a new range like this, with your tap 1, tap 2 here, took the high, so this could be potential distribution, but doesn't look too good to me, because this last push where you took some nice liquidity and then a very strong move up, so that shows that buyers are present right here. and you have left demand behind right here. So locally this looks still pretty strong. So only way I would be interested is if you maybe form a very clean distribution right here, then break structure, then test this demand, then come back and then sell off. Otherwise, yeah, I don't. That's neat. I would not be too interested in trading TRX, looks pretty strong for potentially higher as well. So, and also if you look at this chart, it's yeah, a bit weird price action. On to the next. I've reviewed this one for quite some time. So let's look at the weekly. Downtrend, sideways, uptrend. Weekly structure is this. Price took liquidity right there. No. Then we have some supply right there. What is this supply? Daily trending up. Here we have some demand, just marking it out. Demand. Here we have liquidity, and then you have that fair value gap above it. So that was not taken, so that's a good level to keep an eye on. I hope the music is not too loud, but otherwise you have to do it with just the chart itself. Supply. Okay. Here we obviously are trending up like this. So this is our market structure. So we are locally bullish as long as we are above it, and we can expect a continuation of this uptrend like that into that supply and that liquidity level. Here we also have some good looking demand right below it. Let's zoom in some more. So this is looking pretty bullish. Do we have a range? Let's erase this. Locally you have the distribution right here. Let's make it red. So you could say this is your range high. Because here you had your distribution, so you tap 1, tap 2, tap 3. You completed the distribution by taking out your range low right here. 1, 2, let's extend that. And I'm gonna set an alert in this demand. Because if we slowly come back here, tap into this demand, and we have R1, R2, R3, or model 1, potentially come over into a model 2, and then we can target this liquidity above and this supply, and then we are trading with the overall uptrend. So that's a pretty good looking chart. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. Because everything is aligning up to test higher, at least this liquidity and then its supply, and then from there on you potentially can make your higher time frame higher low right here and then continue higher. But for now everything is pointing towards higher prices. TAO. Right here. So also daily. Yeah. Still in this range where we had kind of an ugly looking accumulation right here. But price went up, did not take out the range high, so my expectation is we still make our way sooner or later to the range high in the supply. And price is also leaving a lot of buy side liquidity behind right here. If you look at the daily, then the structure is from low right here. That's the low to that new high, so our daily market structure is still up, right there. Let's call it the breaker structure level. Here we took some liquidity. Let's zoom in. Yeah, your 4-hour structure is still trending down, so that's this level to break above to confirm a rotation back to these highs, and then you probably can go pretty fast because you have all that liquidity build up. But until that happens, I would like to see this liquidity be taken. So maybe if we push up here, maybe SFP that level, then go down, then you have your range from here to here, and then look for sort of for the bad drawings, but here SFP the high, maybe come back to the lows, take that low, take it once more, get your accumulation here, taking out all that liquidity here, and then break structure, make your way to the highs. That will be a clean play in my opinion. For now, need some time. You can put an alert at this break structure level or at the low and then just wait for your triggers. TAO done, SUI. Here we had the structure turning up. Here we wicked it, came up, wicked lower again. So the overall structure is still high, lower high, low low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So overall expectation would be to continue the downtrend and then tap into this level, which is in my opinion a very interesting level. So maybe we can zoom in a bit. Do I want to pull my range from here to here? The push down is pretty aggressive, so maybe we want to look at a new range formation here. And it's too early to say because we first need to tap the mid range and then see. But overall, I'm pretty interested in longs on Solana, especially from this level where we have a lot of imbalances. Here we have liquidity below, big imbalance, so on high time frame price often likes to fill that and then take off. So it's getting interested, but needs some time. Alerts are set at the low. Supply did not get hit yet, which is just tightly. Need some more time, but one of the more interesting coins, as always. SEI, also haven't looked at this one in quite a long time. Took liquidity. Here you break structure. Turning up. Here you broke structure again. Okay, interesting. I already see that we have. I never tried trend lines, but something like this can give you an indication that it will take some time before it gets to an important level. Let's see, there we broke structure, but here it seems like we are again breaking structure lower. We have some supply here. Here we have an obvious looking FEG. Right here, for value gap, and then with a lot of bad lows, so this is all weak liquidity, so easy to be taken. So once you get like a little lower than this low, then it can be pretty quickly to take all this liquidity, tap into that fair value gap, and then make your way up. Locally, you are trending down like this. There, new low, lower high, lower low. So also here, overall expectation is to make a lower high for a new lower low. So right here, for now I will not be not be interested in longs, because I would expect you want at least to see a range or break your structure, which will be here. So you can set an alert there. Maybe if you break above, then you can look for that break if it works. Like this, look for the higher low and then write it up. But for now, I would say that this liquidity right here, and then with that good looking FEG below it, that would be a level where I'm interested in potential higher time frame longs. For now, it's looking pretty weak, and I want to see a range. So maybe continue the downtrend, take that, and then form your range right there, and then take your accumulations. That's SEI, then ENA USDT.D. Weekly. We get some weekly untapped demand, and oftentimes with charts, if you have it on the weekly, then price loves to take it out eventually. So that's an important level to watch. What we do here? Took liquidity there, liquidity 12 hour. Yeah, still looking weak, does not look too good to me. Maybe we are starting a range here. Let's go to the 4 hour. Tap 1, yeah, not good looking range yet, needs more time. Also here we are trending down. So yeah, I'm not in the chart I would be very interested in until we hit this weekly demand and take out all this liquidity below it. Until then, I would expect that this range from here might continue for a while longer. So then I would only be interested in the lows being hit, or if you start breaking above here, for example, and you start to show strength. Then the last one is Bitcoin dominance. That one is here and is pretty simple. This one is super strong, as everyone knows. This has been grinding up only. Here we are in a big level, which is the only big resistance level we have on the chart. But yeah, if you look, this uptrend is very strong, so do not fade such strong uptrends. Here we had a break where alts did nice, but now we get that push up. So here it's going to be important. We could get a rejection here and then continue the downtrend. That will be very what's that? Let's see, do we have a range? I would say that we have the uptrend here. You could potentially draw a range from here and there, and then potentially you tap 1, tap 2 or 3. That can be watched. However, this latest push is very strong, so your market structure low is at least here, and this latest push is very strong, so that's, yeah, it's not a good model to play short. So maybe you can draw it from here. Why doesn't it pick the good one? And then watch for better, and then price first has to come down and then come up again, and then see if you get that distribution. For now, looking very strong, so I would not fade this, only if you get really clean signals. Then quickly ending it with Bitcoin. Yeah, nothing has changed. Also here, don't blindly short without confirmations. A lot of people want to catch this top because they think it must go down. but it's weekend, so liquidity is low, so a lot of people that have shorted have probably their stop loss, or they are already wiped out, or they have their stop loss here, or here, or here. So since it's weekend, if the market makers really want to take most liquidity, then they will probably go for those highs. And then we can see if we maybe later, tomorrow on Sunday, when we often get manipulation, can play a short. But for now, I would not bet on it, because there's no strength, no weakness yet, so you don't want to force it. That were the chart requests. Hope you guys liked it, and then I want to wish you a very good weekend. Cheers.